Technique number 20 for the Kenpo Karate for Christ Purple Belt curriculum, and the last one in this level is returning the storm. Storm again being club for, or a code for stick here, a club attack. So this level has 3 of them, and we're introducing in our last one the third one for this level. Now the attack is completely different, has some different elements to it. But as we get into the actual technique itself, you're going to find you have already learned the brunt majority of it back when we did obstructing the storm in Orange Belt. So much of this is like obstructing the storm. They are almost the same technique. The attack's the same in that it's a club attack, but the angles are slightly different here. It's called returning the storm because there is a follow-up to it. We utilize our best block, don't be there idea, and there again, with this whole level, we've kind of looked at this high inward angle 3 horizontal attack here with the right hand, so it's coming from the left to the right as they attack towards you that way. But this time, our first step is going to be to get out of range, which when they miss this, then that's where the technique gets its name. So returning the storm. You dodge the first blow, they come back with another here. So we have to respond or else it's just going to continue that way. So we're going to catch them on their return with their, this time an outward angle 3 will be the main attack when we launch into our actual defense. But from there we're going to flow essentially right into what we did with the downward club attack when we did obstructing the storm. There'll be one difference at the end, and that's why I wanted to pull the stick out so you can see. It's one thing to describe it, and it's another thing to see it. With obstructing the storm ends with kind of a thrust here. In obstructing the storm, we step back after we do the disarm, and then we do this kind of cross thrust. At that point, you're holding the shorter end, so we're thrusting with the handle end at the opponent. This time, we're going to advance forward. And we're thrusting with that handle end again. So everything's the same except that we've stepped forward. But after that move happens, and this thrust here happens to the head, we're going to change our grip. And I'm going to go from this reverse grip, where I'm holding most of it down on the bottom, to the normal grip here, where we've got most of the stick coming out the top. And the transition happens quickly, and the way to do that is holding it fairly lightly. I'm actually going to stab the longer end into myself, where I'll allow my hand to slide down, and I can transition that quickly. So as I step forward, there'll be a thrust, and then boom, change, and we can change our grip that way. And I can follow up with a different finish. So once you'd be able to see that, again, here holding it from one end, you just kind of thrust it into your own leg or your own abdomen, wherever you need to go with it, but holding the stick loosely, I can change my grip that way, fast. Going from a reverse grip into the neutral or the forward grip that way. So, now, having seen that with returning the storm, our first move here is they're coming in with that inward club attack. Best block, don't be there. Again, they got a long range weapon. The whole point of that tool is that extra range. So we need to get back, and we need to get back out of range fast. I'm going to step first, and then I'm going to do like a replacement step to get way back there, because we've got to cover a lot of distance if they were thinking they can reach you in the head. Here, we've got to get out of the way of that stick as it passes by. And I'm going to raise both arms up using that forearm shield again that you saw with both 5 swords and with Defying the Storm. We use that forearm shield. So again, it comes up here. That way, if you don't get back far enough and you do get clipped, it's better to get clipped here on the back of the arms than to get hit straight across the face. So I use this forearm shield to kind of protect my face as you come back here. Boom. But then it's followed up with that backhand strike here. Coming again with that angle 3, but it's the reverse of it, that outward angle 3 attack. So it's coming this direction now. Came in, got out of the way, now it's coming out. I want to step forward quick, jump in on them. Catching the back of the right hand and setting the left arm up, we're establishing that armbar position right away. But I'm not stopping his force. Just like obstructing the storm, we take the motion that they give us, however fast they're coming, however hard they're coming, we don't let it stop, but we spin it right into that armbar. So I make contact here, but I don't stop his force. I allow his force to continue as that stick comes around, and I'm going to spin around my, pivoting on my left side, and spin around this left forearm, and bring him down into that armbar position. There. So it wheels them right into that position, just like we did in obstructing the storm. So again, that's block, don't be there, step one. Step two, step in and connect. As soon as you connect to that elbow, spin that right leg around your left, bringing them down into that armbar position. And from here we know what to do, because we've done it already with obstructing the storm. I'm going to pull the stick out of his grip, and as I do, I'm going to launch forward with the right knee to the head, followed by thrusting the other end. And then I'm going to do our transition. Pulling down on the stick, changing the grip. I'll do a downward strike here with the stick, kind of orbiting, coming down, downward vertical to the back of the head. And then from here, my full cover out will go towards 6 o'clock, or towards 12 o'clock. Towards 12 o'clock. They're coming from 12. We're going to spin around them so that they're facing 6, and then we're going to exit to 12. That's the path of least resistance in this case, trying to get as much distance between us and our opponent as possible. So again, I'm coming back here and then moving in on that second attack. And as soon as they make contact with this arm, don't stop. Spin all the way around. Knee, plant forward, thrust. Pull down, changing your grip, so you've got the long end of the stick to hit behind the head, and then I'll full cover out to 12 o'clock. That's returning storm. So, one more time. Back, down, knee, up, change the weapon, hit down behind the head, full cover out. That's number 20. That's the last technique in our purple belt curriculum for Kenpo Karate for Christ.